Okay, there's a lot of hype today around artificial intelligence. With the recent release and fame of ChatGPT, I thought it was interesting to do a bit of a discussion about what jobs are going to be around in the future when AI is everywhere. Hey there, it's Travis. I just want to talk today about what I think is happening in the world around artificial intelligence and what the recent releases of tools like ChatGPT have done to the current world, but also what does it mean to jobs of the future for the next iteration of artificial intelligence and automation. So I think the jobs of the future always don't really have names today, but an observation as I've been playing with these artificial intelligence tools, whether it be text to image or whether it be image generation or these creative large language models that have been released, I think about what this could mean for the next generation when they are going through their work options. Whilst I was researching for this video, I thought to myself, I see all these people creating content at the moment called AI prompt guides, and I think that's almost one of the best names for the next generation of work. There could be a job called an AI prompt guide. Now that wouldn't be a 5-page pretend ebook that has been released by someone on YouTube at the moment, but it could be a job title. So somebody is going to write prompts for the next iteration of AI. The really good questions will be asked to the AI for the best outcomes and answers. So we all have to be professional question askers. And I think that's not that different to all the best workers today anyway, who ask the question best, who refines their vision or their scope, gets the best outcome. So a job of the future is AI prompt guide / AI prompt writer. Where do I see them fitting in? I think I'd see them fitting in between a business or a stakeholder and the AI. I think that is, for the next 5 to 10 years, going to be one of the most advanced skills that someone can have, is asking the AI the best question for the right outcome. In the future, I don't think that's the case. I think that there will be AI written as enhancements sitting in between the AI itself, so they will be better at asking questions and refining for a specific type of outcome. So they will have AI to do prompt generation in the future. But right now, it's not magic, and I think the AI prompt guide, AI prompt writer will be a job of the future for the next 5 to 10 years. All right. So these large language models, as we go forward, I saw recently someone combine it with Wolfram Alpha as well, and for comparing calculations and computational logic or answers to ensure that they're more accurate. So I think that's a really impressive next step. But these AI tools and these conversational tools will be extremely useful for researchers. So there will be a job of the future, which is AI researcher. Someone who's very skilled, again, in asking AI the right questions, but assembling those outcomes, those narratives, to then tell a story to another stakeholder. So AI researcher is a job of the future. The next one is an AI creative. So whether that's an AI artist, an AI graphic artist, I think that's not far away, where we will get people who can sit in the world of generative, creative AI and get really clear outcomes. Not dissimilar again, they're driving the AI to a scope, to a brief from somebody else. Now what we're seeing with AI today is really the evolution of automation. I'd argue that the next generation of AI is going to be, a very impressive step. But right now, the tools that have been made available, they have low impact or outcome. If you think about an AI to do self-driving cars, people can get hurt. A physical world is impacted so clearly by an AI that we just let do an outcome. Whereas I think this generative AI, creative AI, is something with low impact right now, because the person is still, it's not life and death, it's somebody just, having a conversation with an AI, or getting a piece of artwork created, which might be horrible, yet it still is acceptable because there's no risk to that outcome. So I think there's that. But I just want to jump back 10 years, where we saw introductions to automation within industries like the building industry and construction industry. One of the ones I drew my attention at the time was a technology advancement in hydraulic and robotic, where they could, take over, say, deconstructing a massive concrete structure by using a robot to do what 5 humans would have done with sledgehammers. The technology at the time, I think, was called the Nibbler. That was the name of the product. But it was basically taking down a wall in about 5 or 6 hours, compared to a few days for 5 or 6 humans. So we've seen this type of automation go forward. Now, it wasn't automated, it was robotic and hydraulic, and we actually had a technician for that. So we had the hydraulic operator, or the hydraulic engineer, who was now doing the job of what 5 people with sledgehammers would do. I think we're at that point again for the next leap in automation and the impact of technology and artificial intelligence, where we are now seeing what was industries that were considered the last step in affected from automation or AI to one of the first ones, because we used to think that an academic or a doctor had so much knowledge, but now these large language models and the evolution of that conversation within context of the start of your chat, these things are going to take over the ability for someone to be unique in academia, in professional world. That might not be tomorrow, that might not be next year, but it will happen, and it will be in the next 5 to 10 years. So the jobs will shift. This sorts of innovations within industry are important as we move forward, but it's a super exciting time. We can see that there's going to be a race to get the most out of these AI, but I'm super excited by the jobs that don't even have names yet. The jobs of tomorrow, the industries that will get created and disrupted through this next iteration are going to be impressive. So let's buckle up, let's strap in, let's really get to it, and see if we can get the right outcomes from these AI and from the technological advancement, but exciting times ahead. If you like these types of videos, please like or subscribe. Until the next video, see ya.